I'm David Slocum, the Faculty Director of the Executive MBA program at the Berlin School of Creative Leadership. It's my pleasure today to welcome Cheyney Robinson. Cheyney, you were trained as a graphic designer, and amid so many changes in the creative communications marketplace, I'm wondering if you could share some of your thoughts on how that training has continued to serve you amidst so much change, complexity, and volatility.
Well, thank you for having me. It's an honor, and I'm delighted to be here. A long time ago, I had a very difficult conversation with my parents to allow me to go to art school. So in the end, I actually got a degree in graphic design from Parsons School of Design and a degree in psychology from the New School for Social Research. I think the combination of the communication design plus psychology has actually been quite helpful in offering additional layers of insight into human behavior, motivations, the psychology behind why people make choices, and understanding how to make a deeper emotional connection and engagement with customers and clients.
So many of your roles in various organizations, both on the brand side and the agency side, have been impressively hyphenated. They're creative, strategic. They involve technology, experience, various kinds of design. Can you talk a little more about how that multidisciplinarity has kind of been a crucial part of your own creative and intellectual journey?
Certainly. My journey started in graphic design. I'm a classically trained typographer. Moving along in terms of my career progression, I think for up-and-coming designers and strategists and design professionals, it becomes increasingly important to become commercially aware. And in addition to that commercial awareness, having a strategic understanding of the marketplace, the competitive set, disruptors in the space, and really understanding the product opportunity, the brand opportunity, and what behavioral change you want to see in the audience that work will serve.
Do you have any thoughts about how prevalent discussions of design and design thinking have become? And for some, it's a buzzword. Do you sometimes worry that it's being overused or misused?
I have definitely seen design thinking be a catalyst for change within organizations. IBM actually made the commitment to design thinking as a methodology. I think it is best utilized when it is accompanied by strategic insight. For example, were I to run a design thinking workshop, I think the time would be best spent if I were to do a piece of strategic work that were to precede the design thinking workshop. Therefore, I had more context into the business challenges that I would be trying to ideate around with a client in the room. And so I think when you can demonstrate that you understand your client's business and you understand the opportunity, the space, the competitive set, that product vision, and really the longer term vision and context around a piece of work, is this something that a client needs because they want to remain competitive? Is this a feature change? Is this something that is meant to be future-proofing? Really understanding the intention of that work. And I think in that way, design thinking is a much more powerful tool.
Although not always explored to that depth or to that extent.
It is true. I think design thinking presumes, but should require a deep understanding of getting under the hood of your client's business. And I think if you go in cold, where it's just an ideation session, you've really missed the point.
You've become increasingly a vocal advocate for women in the creative industries.
In 2014, I was invited to Cannes Lion as a guest of the festival. There was a program called See It, Be It, and the central premise was Cannes Lion wanted to address the underrepresentation of women on juries, in president roles, attending the conference, submitting work, and getting recognition. They did a global search, and I was one of 11 very lucky women that got executive coaching. We were able to meet network heads. I think what will be most helpful in an immediate sense is advocating, mentoring, and advocacy. There are small incremental steps that organizations can do to make their culture more diverse. It's diversity of thought. It's not only making sure that you have a 50-50 ratio. It's ensuring that there is a workplace without fear. There's a workplace that celebrates ideas that are different, that are challenging. Rather than focusing on individual negative experiences, I seek to be a better manager, a better leader, and offer my story as much as possible to facilitate making other women, other girls, see the art of the possible in terms of realizing and actualizing their hopes and dreams.
What other insights can you share based in your experience, based in your own thinking about how to become a better creative leader?
Well, I definitely think we must tackle the diversity issue. And I think that needs much more executive support. I feel that the change that needs to take place is not the burden of women to change. It is a partnership between men and women in the industry. In terms of creating better creative leaders, there's a funny thing that happens in the industry when designers and strategists and creatives want to have career progression. They see titles and they see opportunity and they see salary, and they don't really recognize that there often is a management component that comes with that progression. And I think organizations could do a much better job of training people how to address challenging situations, address conflict, facilitation. I definitely don't believe in tenure-based progression. I believe in merit-based progression. And I also believe that we need to recruit differently. I think we need to turn over every stone, and I think we need to try harder and think differently in how to identify, those rare gems, that gold dust that is out there, because there's many women and men and people of color that are desperately seeking opportunities for recognition and just a chance. And I know myself, I feel like I interview for my job every day I show up. But I also love it because it's my opportunity to change perception.
Well, it's a wonderful message, and we really appreciate you sharing it with us, and I want to thank you for being here at the Berlin School of Creative Leadership.
Thank you for inviting me.
You rock.